All right, the Strawberry and Lizette Mexican Ginger podcast is not intended for younger audiences, and you can stream it anywhere you stream your podcasts on all the platforms. Plus, you can watch it on YouTube. I'm going to say something that could be quite controversial, could be very divisive.
George Bush doesn't care about black people. We're all thinking it.
I think I want a magician at my wedding. Yes, let that sink in.
Like for the kids?
No. Like for the crowd. Like at the reception, somewhere between like before the dances and like somewhere, maybe like, you know, there's the dinner and then like there's the speeches. Maybe after the speeches, do the magician. I thought about that last night.
I don't see where a magician realistically could fit into a wedding.
Have you seen, when was the last time you saw like a magician show, like a magic show? Have you seen one lately?
When I went to Vegas a couple years ago.
How cool is it? I was at my buddy.
Yeah, it was cool, but.
My buddy Nick. You know Nick, right?
Yeah.
It was his birthday yesterday. So
he had a magician at his birthday?
He had a magician at his birthday.
Isn't he like a grown-ass man?
He is, but look, so magician comes out, and it's a real magician. I guess he has his own theater in San Francisco. So I'll tell you the whole story. So my buddy Nick is at this Don Julio party. Or no, sorry, Google. He's at a Google party. And the magician is there, like, walking around doing tricks with people. And Nick keeps looking at this guy. He's like, dude, let me see some tricks. The guy does the tricks. My buddy Nick's like, I have a birthday coming up in a couple weeks. I want you to come perform at my party. And so last night, we're at this restaurant. There's like 50 people. He rented out the back room. And then he was giving speeches.
Wow,
like,
he knows 50 people?
A lot of them were his family, but still. So he gives this speech like, you know, thank you for being here. It's real special. I'm surrounded by family and friends, whatever. And he's like, and here's a magician. Magician comes out, does a few rope tricks. Like, here's a regular piece of rope. I'm going to cut it with my fingers.
I thought you meant like the Mexicans with like the rope.
Oh.
I forgot what they're called.
Lasso? Little lasso dance?
Yeah.
No. So the magician does some regular rope tricks, which is kind of cool, right? You know, there's two pieces of the rope. Oh, now it's a single rope. So regular stuff. Then he did a thing where he's like, all right, everybody hold out your hand. Like, picked 5 people. He goes, hold out your hands. And he goes, all right, you. He's like, he takes this one girl. He's like, I'm going to write an X on your palm. And they're like, all right, look, it's a Sharpie, right? We're like, yeah. And he covers it with his thumb. He's like, well, what if I can take this X off of your palm and throw it across the room and it lands into somebody else's palm? Everyone's like, no way. So he does it. The permanent marker comes off this one girl's palm and he goes like he throws it and he goes to the other girl. He's like, open your hand. She opens her hand and there's an X in her palm. She freaks out like, what the hell's going on? Right? There's more.
They didn't write it on there earlier? Like,
I don't think so.
There's always an explanation with magic.
Okay.
There's always an explanation.
I wrote notes.
The fun is trying to figure out how they did it.
Okay. Figure this out then. He just grabbed a book. We were in the back of this room, so he just grabbed this book. And he goes...
That was pre-planted. Continue.
Maybe. Okay. So he gives a book to somebody. He's like, open any page you want. Okay. What's the first word? He's like, just think about it. Don't tell me. And he goes to somebody else. Here. And he goes to the third person. Here. And so he guesses their word. He's like, your word... He asks a bunch of questions. He's like, your word was more. And she's like, yes, it was. And he goes, all right, your word was when. And the person's like, yes, it was. Like, that's the page randomly I picked. It was the word I randomly picked.
I would pick a page with a big-ass word on it.
Right? I'm glad you said that.
Your word was, say it.
Glad
say
you said that.
He said, your word was dick.
Goes to the third person.
Oh, my God.
Goes to the third person. And he's like, you had a long word. A lot of letters in your word. The guy's like, yeah. He's like, okay, tell you what. Stand up. So keep in mind, the guy flip to any page randomly, and just find any big word, like any word on the page. It's like, all right. So he goes, stand up. And he goes, close your eyes. I want you to think of your word. You're surrounded. I hope I'm not giving too much of this guy's act away, but he's like, close your eyes. You're surrounded by a bright white light. You're in a white room. There's nothing. You see the word. The word is on the wall in bright neon pink, right?
Oh,
it's like,
pink. Okay.
If there's a emotion that you're having, a reaction to this word, go ahead, let yourself have it. Think of that word and how does it make you feel? I want you to think about this word, right? He goes, okay, open your eyes. The magician goes, you didn't like that word. That word upsets you. The guy's like, yeah. He's like, okay. He's like, it was a violent word. You had a violent reaction to this word. The guy's like, yeah.
Is he like a fucking therapist or something?
But I was sitting next to this dude the whole time, so I know he's not a plant. The guy that got picked for this long word, so I know he's not a plant. He's like, you had a violent reaction to this word. He's like, yeah. He's like, this word made you feel, I don't know, something like unsteady or something like that. He's like, yeah. He's like, okay, hold on. And he writes this word. And he goes, tell everybody what the word was. And the guy goes, decapitated. And the magician turns around the notebook that he wrote on, and it says the word decapitated, and then he wrote a picture of a guy on the ground with his head cut off. Explain that. What
if the people that he picked were all plants, and they were like, be at this restaurant, go to this party?
Okay. This is the closer. You're not going to be able to explain this one. Okay. This is why. And when I saw those tricks, I'm like, yeah, that was fun. But this closer, I'm like, I need this magician at my wedding. So magician goes, all right, everybody take out your cell phone. Android, iPhone, doesn't matter. Take it out. Open up the calculator part, right? He's like,
spell boobs.
He's like, 80085. He's like, I'll do it myself also. So he's like, I have my phone. You guys have your phones. Let's all keep each other honest on this. And he just picked somebody. I was like, you, Lizette, what's the zip code or area code? What's the zip code? What's the zip code where you live? And she's like, 95182. He's like, all right, everybody take 95182. And he goes to somebody else. He's like, what's the area code where you live at? 408. Okay, so times 408. And he's just asking people random questions. Hey, give me 3 random numbers. The guy's like, 357. He's like, all right, plus 357. And he's just taking all these numbers. How old are you? Where do you live? What's your zip code? What's your area code? Give me a random number. And he's like, plus this, multiply this, plus this, multiply this.
And he's doing it on his phone also?
Yeah. So everyone's keeping track. He's like, and he would give us updates. All right, well, so far I have 42,000 something. Everybody, yeah. All right, so far I have, 120. Yeah. And so he's like, all right, I'm going to finish this off. He's like, and he takes 5 people. He's like, put your finger up. Just like hold your finger up. I'm going to come over with my phone face down. I'm just going to tap my phone on your finger. So I won't know what number you're picking. You don't know what number you're picking. We're just going to randomly pick numbers on the calculator. So he goes, all right, times. And he goes, boop, 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 boop. So he hits like 5 people's fingers. Turns his phone upside down. He's like, all right, so that number we had times 47983. Whatever, right? And it's this long ass number. It's like, everyone's like, wow. It's I don't know how all the commas go, but it's 120124806. He's like, everyone have that? He's like, yes. And he goes, Nick, when I first walked in, I gave you a birthday card. I want you to stand up and open that birthday card. And everyone's like, there's no way. There's no freaking way this magician knew that we would do this calculator trick and the number would be 120124806. There's no way. And so Nick opens up the birthday card. He's like, show everybody what I wrote on the card. And Nick turns the paper over and it says, now. He's like, and the magician's like, what, you thought I could predict this number? It was all random. There's no way. He's like, but the theme that we've been talking about today is we're all here. We're all here for Nick. We're all here to enjoy this moment. We're all here to come together. We're all here to experience each other, all at the same time. Like, we're here for a moment. We're here for now. So matter of fact, let's look at this number again that people randomly. He's like 120124806. 12, that's December. 01, it's December 1st. 24, it's December 1st, 2024. We're like, holy crap, that's the date. He's like, but 806, that's weird. What time is it right now? It was 8:06 p.m. It was 8:00. The room of 50 people erupted. It was the loudest freak out because everyone's like, oh, okay, cool, 1201. All right, cool, you got today's date, but whatever. He's like, yeah, it's 8:06 p.m. right now. Everyone looks at their phones. It's freaking 8:06 p.m. The crowd lost it. Okay. Lost it. And he goes, thanks, everybody. I'm out of here. And he left.
Have you seen those videos where they're like take the year you were born and take your shoe size and add it up and then divide it by, I don't know, divide it by this number and then you'll get your age. You know those videos that I'm talking about?
Kind of, yeah.
What if it was something like that, where it's like you can take any, as long as you have a certain like combination of specific numbers, you can add any other numbers and then you're always going to get this answer.
Yeah, but
what if it's like that?
But even with the blind, just hold your finger up. I'm just going to tap my phone and you'll pick a random number. Like he doesn't know that this girl lives in the 408 and this guy's zip code is 951. Like it blew everybody's mind. And he goes, "What time is it?" It's freaking 8:06.
Okay, so where is this guy fitting in your wedding?
So how do we? Okay, so you do the dinner. There's always that lull between dinner and the speeches. Maybe before the speeches. But the speeches are that's a hard act to follow. Maybe speeches and then magician and then dancing.
What if he does it during dinner?
Yeah, but it's a show. Like you want to watch the show.
Yeah, you can watch and eat.
Maybe during dinner. Something cool that Nick did yesterday at his birthday. He told everyone before we had dinner.
During the first dance.
During the first dance doing magic. Something, but before I get to the cool thing, do you like that idea of having a magician?
Not at a wedding. To be honest.
At the reception though, but if he only had a 20-minute performance. So 20 minutes, I'd be like, hey, dude, don't do the rope trick. The rope trip's kind of old. Like give me some other stuff. But that calculator thing, that has to be part of the act.
If anything, I would say during dinner.
During dinner?
Like when everyone is like, as long as it's not like a buffet type of dinner. If everyone's sitting at a table and they're getting served, then I would say during dinner where you can sit and watch. Because otherwise, nobody does anything during dinner. You just
sit there, talk
and eat. And music and stuff.
I haven't ran this by the fiance yet.
She's not going to let you do that.
She would, because she was at the party last night. She was blown away.
Right. Do it at your birthday party. Do it at a, like, I don't know, anniversary party, maybe. Mm-hmm. What about at your wedding shower?
Oh, like the dinner before. What do they call that? The rehearsal dinner?
Yeah.
Maybe, but there's not as many people there as the regular wedding. Let me get permission real quick.
She's going to say no.
Her mind was blown. I think she was like that. Hey, real quick, you're live on the radio and podcast, so don't say any bad words. The magician that we saw at Nick's party last night.
Yep.
How cool would it be to have either that magician or a magician at the wedding?
No.
I told you.
Well, no. Like the reception, I mean.
No.
I told you. I know her better than you know her. She's my soulmate, not yours.
Right.
Okay, well, Lizette, she says she thinks you're right. Lizette suggested the rehearsal dinner then instead of the actual wedding.
I said, if anything, if you have to have this magician, do it at not the wedding, but at some other celebration of something.
I think Lizette wants to marry me.
That magician was crazy. He blew my
Don't
mind.
try to change the subject.
Fine. Do you want a magician for Christmas?
No.
Okay, you're ruining the show. All right, I'll call you later. Bye.
Love you. Bye. Told you. I told you.
You know what I should do? I'm just going to surprise her with the magician.
I told you Mom would say no.
I'm going to surprise her with it.
When you guys gave each other your gifts.
Yeah. Before we cut the cake. I'm like, before we cut the cake. Oh, we go to cut the cake.
And the magician comes out.
Magician pops out of the cake.
Yeah.
She can't say no then.
She can't say no then.
She cuts the cake. Magician pops out. Hey, I'm here for 20 minutes of rope tricks and calculator games.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just don't.
It was the coolest thing. It was the coolest thing. Mind blown.
Well, great.
One thing he did yesterday, which is cool, but I wish I was more involved. He goes, hey guys, for my birthday, after dinner, I'm going to have 5 of you come up and tell your favorite story about me.
Did you roast him?
Well, here's the thing. When I heard this, everybody I was sitting around and sitting next to, they're like, oh my God, don't ask me. I hope I don't go up there. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to crush it. If he selects me to do a speech, like, it's gonna be a great speech. I'm gonna do a good speech. I got some jokes ready. So all throughout dinner, I'm working on this speech. And I'm like, all right, cool. If he selects me, I'm going to crush this birthday
I'm
party.
ready.
I'm ready. So he goes, all right, like, Mom, come on up or something like that. Like, of course. Yeah, right. Of course the mom's got to come up. And then he's like, then he gave a speech about like this best friend that he grew up with that like protected him from bullies and stuff. And I'm like, all right, that's cool. And then he picked like his goddaughter. I'm like, all right. And then he picked like 2 other people. I'm like, he really blew it.
Oh, so not you.
He didn't. And the stories, and there's like 2 of the stories that were the same. It's like, we went golfing. Every time we go golf, like Nick has to go to the bathroom before we tee off. He goes to the bathroom all the time. And another guy's like, yeah, me and Nick were driving from LA to the Bay Area and we had to pull over and he had to go to the bathroom. And then like some girl was going to use the bathroom after him. And he's like, we got to get out of here. I'm like, that's the story for his birthday? Like, you guys suck. Get out of here, man. You guys suck. I was going to have jokes. I was going to have emotions, tear jerkers. Like, dude, I had my speech ready for him and he never selected me. So he lost out.
Damn. Did you tell him that?
No, I probably should though.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, you should have selected me for your speech.
Yeah.
I would have crushed it.
Yeah.
And I told my fiance afterwards, because she said the same thing. She's like, I was going to give like a really emotional speech. They were just kind of joking around. I'm like, yeah, man, I had mine ready to go. She goes, what do you mean? I'm like, what do you mean? All throughout dinner, I was rehearsing my speech in my head. Like, this is what I do for a living. What are you talking about?
It was like my sister's speech.
Yeah, the wedding speech was good. And so then she's like, well, what do you mean? I'm like, well, this is what pretty much I was going to say. So I ran it by her. She was cracking up. And then I'm like, then I was going to say this, da-da-da-da. She goes, oh, that's so sweet. So I'm like, I would have crushed it. And she's like, oh, yeah, you would have. She goes, I would have told a heartfelt story. I'm like, of course you would have.
Yeah, but it's not funny.
It's not funny. No, I would have stolen the show. Okay. Magician at the wedding. It's still up in the air. We're going to pencil that in.
Okay.
We're going to have to circle back on that one.
All right, if you say so.
All right. I want to hear about your Thanksgiving
bench press.
Bench press-a-thon. Or you want to just tell another story first?
I can just talk about my Thanksgiving.
Okay.
So nothing super crazy happened. My mom was supposed to work that day.
Uh-huh.
And she was going to, so she does like
only
I don't know what it's called.
No, what? No, sorry.
No, she does.
Has she thought
she's
about
a nurse.
it?
No,
she could.
No,
pull in some.
No, because Jesus wouldn't like that.
Oh, that's right.
So, she's a nurse and she goes to patients' homes and like does their wound care or medication or whatever that's called. So she was like, I'm going to try to stop at the house in between patients and do Thanksgiving dinner and then like leave and go see another patient, come back, cook more and leave. And I was like, that's fucking crazy. That's doing too much. So me and my little sister got together. We're like, we're going to cook Thanksgiving dinner so she doesn't have to worry about it. So she can get home from work and everything's done. So we get there to my mom's house and she's like in bed dying. Like she's hella sick. So she didn't even go to work.
Yeah.
She also called out on Thanksgiving and was just like in bed. So I'm like, okay, well, we're here. So I'm like making her tea and like seeing if she wants anything, bringing her food and whatever. And Thanksgiving Day morning, again, went and took her little tea. And me and my sister are starting to cook dinner. Not to call my mom a bitch. But this bitch then gets up out of bed and starts dyeing her hair and takes a long ass shower and
Too sick to go to work.
Makeup and gets all ready for Thanksgiving dinner.
Healthy enough for a mommy makeover.
Right. And we're like, so how does it feel to have the whole day just to only get yourself ready and not worry about? She was like, it's great. It feels like a spa. I love having daughters. You guys just do everything for me. And we're like, okay, well, cool. I'm glad you enjoy it, And now, right. I'm so sick. And now she's like, wow, everything went great. You guys should just do it every year.
Was she actually sick then?
She actually was hella sick. And so I thought she was just going to sit in bed all day.
Yeah.
Nah, this bitch got up and like dyed her hair and like did facials and took a long ass shower and fucking all the things. Like she took like an everything shower.
Yeah.
all the things.
She played you guys on that one.
And then she would like pop into the kitchen every once in a while and criticize our cooking.
Oh,
and
that's
like,
the worst.
I know, you got to do it this way, blah, blah, blah. We're like, we're cooking. Go back to your room. Like, get out of the kitchen. So that happened. Anyways, so everything turned out great. Really, really good. We went to my aunt's house after, my cool aunt's house. That's where we all go get drunk.
Yes.
So she always will send a text every year and like everyone's welcome for dessert after, because she knows we all like kind of have our own Thanksgiving. So she's like, everyone's welcome to come over for dessert after. And I was like, okay, dessert wink,
drinks.
wink. So we walk in with like a bottle. We got a giant buzz ball to play the Thanksgiving buzz ball game, and nobody wanted to play because nobody wanted to drink the buzz ball. The Thanksgiving buzz ball game is essentially, we saw it on like TikTok.
It's like hot potato?
It's like hot potato, but with the buzz ball.
Okay.
And then like if you lose, you have to drink it.
The whole thing?
No.
Oh.
You just like drink some and then you keep passing it around.
Okay.
So we were like all excited to play. We waited until Thanksgiving, until we were at my aunt's house so that there was enough people to make it fun. So it wasn't just like me and my sister passing it back and forth.
Back forth.
And nobody wanted to play. So everyone was just like drinking wine. Last year for Thanksgiving, we all got super, super fucked up.
Yeah.
Like up until 5, people are hugging the toilet, like super fucked up. So this year, everyone was like, I'm not going to do that again. I'm going to take it slow. So they're just like sipping wine and drinking beer. And nobody wanted a shot. So we made everyone take a shot anyways. But then we all only took one shot anyways. So all the guys were hanging out in the garage playing video games. And that's where they like keep the beer. So they're all drinking. And the girls are inside.
Measuring their dicks. A little Thanksgiving dick measure.
The girls are not measuring their dicks.
No, the guys.
The guys were in the garage. Girls are inside. And then I don't know how the cousins, like even the girls, ended up in the garage. I forget like what was happening. Oh, my 2 younger cousins were playing video games and had a head shaving bet for the loser.
No.
So everyone ended up in the garage because we're watching them play. I think they're playing like COD or COD or whatever the fuck they call it. I don't know what they call it these days. They're playing Call of Duty and they had a bet on whoever lost was going to have their head shaved. So that's why we all ended up in the garage because we were watching them play. My little cousin also has like this little mini, it's like a workout bench, but you could tell it's for like teenagers. Like it's smaller than an adult one you would see in a gym.
Like my play school's my first workout bench.
Right.
Yeah.
It was a workout bench with like a barbell, and then it has like the handles on top to do pull-ups, and it has like the strings to do these things, whatever they're called. Anyways, so he started showing off, and he's only 14, so he's all about like, oh, guess how much I can bench press. So she's showing everyone how much he can bench press, right? Like, too bad. Like, I think he was doing it. The guys didn't care. I think he was showing the girls, but we're like, we're all your fucking cousins. Like,
what are you trying to do? You trying to hump?
like,
trying to hump your cousin?
Like, okay, cool.
It's the name of this podcast, Cousin Humper.
No.
All right, no, sorry.
So he's, I think it was like, he had 2, I forget how much it was total. I think it was like 80 total.
Okay.
Had to have been 2 25s and 2 15s, I think, that were on there.
And was it like an Olympic bar or like a plastic bar? Because Olympic bar, that's another 45 pounds.
He said it was weightless, so.
Okay, so just the weights then. Okay.
Yeah. So he's bench pressing that. The guys are going, and I'm thinking, remember at that carnival when I deadlifted?
Yeah.
Like, what was it, 145 or something like that?
Yeah. You had a big
145,
deadlift.
150.
Yeah.
I deadlifted that, and I thought, I'm watching them fucking bench press that shit, and I'm going, I could do that.
Yeah.
I can do at least one. Right? Mind you, I haven't worked out in months.
Yeah.
Haven't lifted a weight in months.
Right.
And when I did lift a weight, it was 25 pounds.
But you've been throwing that turkey around the kitchen all day.
So I was like, I could do that. And then they were like, are you sure? Because I'm watching even the guys struggle. And I was like, take the 15s off. So they take the 15s off. Now it's 50. I was like, okay.
You did 50.
I could do that. So I did, at first I think I did like 12, right? Everyone's like, oh, cool, good job. The guys aren't impressed because they're like, weak bitch. But the girls are like, oh yeah, cool, we don't care. I was like, You do it.
Yeah.
So one of my little cousins tried to do it. She couldn't even lift it up. She couldn't even get it off her chest to do one. And I'm like, see, it's not that easy. We're girls and we're smaller than them and we don't work out. And I made my little sister do it. You do it. Same thing. Couldn't even get it off her chest. I'm like, see, it's not easy. Yeah. You guys are laughing at me.
Everyone's like, damn, Lizette's a gorilla. Throwing 50 pounds around.
And then my older sister, the buff one.
Naomi?
Yeah.
Nurse Naomi?
And we all know that she's buff, that she's like a fucking man. So we're like, Naomi, you come do it. She's like, okay. But we all know she's going to like blow me out of the water, right? But we just want to watch her be a man. So she did it and she did like 40 or something. Like, damn. She did hella bench presses.
Yeah.
Then my mom comes in and was like, oh, let me try. Let me see what I can do, right? She comes in. Mind you, my mom is like 5 feet.
Yeah.
We're probably the same weight, but she's shorter than me.
She's tiny.
She's shorter than me, if you can believe it. So my mom goes, and we have like all the guys are like standing there like spotting her, right? Because it's like my mom, she's easily, I don't know, 62 now.
And dying of COVID and
she was hella sick,
right now, or whatever she's
like
got.
Bronchitis or whatever the fuck.
Tuberculosis, sorry.
What is this, the 1800s? Like,
she's got smallpox. And
the Black Plague. So anyway, so my mom goes, and my mom did like, I forget, she did like 24 or 25.
Hell yeah.
50-pound bench presses.
That's impressive.
And then I was like,
you ain't sick. You gotta cook Thanksgiving dinner.
I was like, ain't no fucking way. I was like, let me go again. Move. I was like Marlon Wayans, a white chick's like, move, bitch. Like, get out the way. So then I went again, and then I only could do like 14.
Damn, your mom upped you though.
Long story short, I'm still sore as fuck.
Like right here?
My back, my triceps, my shoulders right here, my biceps, like I can't even scratch my own back. Like I'm sore as fuck. Like my arms are tight. And I'm like, damn. I wonder if I would have not stopped working out, how much I could have done.
Oh, easily way more. Easily more.
Yeah. But anyways, I was like, is this what it's like to be a boy? Like you guys just get drunk and then start having workout challenges?
Yeah.
I felt like we were a bunch of dudes in there.
Pretty much.
We're all in dresses and skirts and shit, like bench pressing.
Dude, that's fun. That's impressive.
I wonder if I have videos or something. I don't know. I wasn't super drunk. Oh no, I don't have any videos. I do have a picture of our food though. You want to see?
Hell yeah. And then I want to ask you a question. Oh, that looks nice. Is this the stuff that you made?
Yeah.
Deviled eggs?
Yep. Deviled eggs.
Those are full-size marshmallows in those yams, huh?
Mac and cheese. Yeah, my little sister made the yams.
What's the white? What's this one? Is this mac and cheese?
Mashed potatoes.
Oh, that's mashed potatoes. What's on top? What's the yellow?
Butter that had melted already.
Nice. Stuffing. Cranberry sauce. This looks homemade because I see like full-size cranberry. Oh my God, yes!
And
what's it? That's mac and cheese?
Let me see. Yes.
That's bigger than the turkey.
It was a box of noodles.
That's humongous. That's awesome.
But you know what? It was almost all gone.
Very nice. Wait, what's the green? Are these Brussels? Oh, hell yeah.
Brussels sprouts with bacon.
Good job.
And then that's the stuffing. And then look at these cute. Okay, so we didn't have pretzels for the stems, but I made pumpkin biscuits.
Ooh.
And then that is like a caramel apple cheesecake dessert.
What's in the little cupcake in the cupcake wrappers? What's in the pumpkin muffin? What is that?
It's just regular like honey butter biscuits, but they're shaped like pumpkins.
Oh, very nice.
For fall.
Very nice. Okay, so I have two things about. I don't know if you can answer this conspiracy theory. Did you got that text message from Eric about Stouffer's? Stovetop stuffing?
I think so. That sounds familiar.
Okay, let me.
It's ringing a bell.
It's a Mandela effect. He says,
oh, it used to be Stouffer's or something?
Wasn't it Stouffer's stovetop? Now it's just stovetop stuffing. I thought it was always Stouffer's stovetop.
I think so.
Okay, here's my other conspiracy theory.
The Kendrick Lamar album?
No. I want to hear that theory, though. But wasn't Thanksgiving... Because I spent...
Racist?
Well, yeah, actually it was. I spent a good 10 minutes like scrolling through my calendar this weekend. Wasn't Thanksgiving always like the third Thursday of November? And now it's always the last week.
I thought it was just always the last Thursday of November.
The last Thursday?
Yeah.
I could have sworn it was the third Thursday because you would have Thanksgiving and then another like 3 weeks of school. Then you'd go on Christmas break. And now it's like today's December 2nd. And then Christmas, you know what I mean? Like we're only back to work for 2 weeks now. I mean,
my son does have 3 weeks of school. 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
I gotta go.
He has 3 weeks of school and then he's on Christmas break.
Thanksgiving third Thursday. Thanksgiving the third Thursday of the month.
3.
Wait, the third Thursday. The third Thursday of November falls between the 15th and the 21st, depending on what day. I could have sworn it was always the third.
I don't know. I thought it was always the last Thursday. But maybe I'm making that up.
Here you go. My roommate and I were just talking about whether Thanksgiving falls on the third or the fourth Thursday of November. We both distinctly remember it being the third. Same. But everything we look up says it's always been the fourth. Google links, the Mandela effect, blah, blah, blah. Mind blowing.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then nobody on Reddit's helping. Oh, here you go. It was officially changed to the fourth Thursday in 1941. Oh, that doesn't help us. We weren't around for that. Okay, whatever. That might be a Mandela. So, would you like to talk about the hard launch that happened?
It wasn't a hard launch. I just was drunk.
That's a good family photo you posted.
It's cute, right?
And then I commented hard launch on Lizette's photo. I'm like, wait a minute. Maybe she has posted this individual before. And I scrolled through and I'm like, nope, he's nowhere on the timeline.
I have posted him before.
In the story. And he's always like kind of half a face, maybe an arm.
Yeah.
That's why that was a hard launch.
That wasn't a hard launch. He's on my timeline still. You just got to scroll back a few years.
What did he say about it?
Nothing. I was already pretty drunk.
It's a great outfit you had, by the way.
Thank you.
Great photo.
Thank you.
Jelani looks very dapper. I like that
Look
sweater
how tall
on him.
He is.
I know.
I think I got that sweater from American Eagle.
He looks good.
Yeah. So I was already pretty drunk when we took those pictures, right?
I'm not going to show the
man,
but there's somebody behind my finger right there.
I forced them to take pictures of me. Normally, I'll just take pictures. I'll take pictures with Jelani, and then those are the ones that I post because.
I'm looking. I don't see this guy anywhere on your timeline. Keep going.
He is. He's on there.
Okay.
You just gotta scroll down because I haven't posted us in a while. So I took pictures with Jelani. Mm-hmm. Then I took pictures with the three of us. Mm-hmm. And then I took pictures with just him. And most of the time, the pictures that I take with him are like just for me.
Yeah, I get that.
I don't post them.
Right. Spank bank. Save it for later.
Right.
Got it. Yep. What?
Yes. And then I'm sitting there and like immediately after we took them, I was just going through them and favoriting like the ones that I liked. Uh-huh. And then I was just like, oh, look, I like this one. Do you like it? He's like, yeah, it's cool. I'm like, do you care if I post it? And he was like, no, I don't care.
I was going to ask, was there a New Year's 2022 was the last time I see him on here.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
And his face is covered.
Well,
oh no, there's a face photo. Never mind. I got you.
No, he's on there. Like I wasn't. Okay. I'm not like fucking Kardashianing him. Like okay. He's on there. And yes, we split up. I don't know when. A couple years ago. Mm-hmm. A year ago, 1 or 2 years ago, whatever. But we never stopped talking and hanging out.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, so we still hang out.
It was good to see him on the timeline.
Yeah. I mean, you know.
Yeah, it's good.
We're very good friends.
Good. I like him. It's good to see him on the timeline.
So he spent Thanksgiving here with my family, and we're spending Christmas in Atlanta with his family. It It'll be fun.
It continues. We love that. All right, let's wrap up this podcast. I think that's all the questions I had. Yes. All right, on Instagram, we are at Strawberry and Lizette. You want to go see her hard launch? Find her on Instagram.
Stop making it a thing. I'm not giving my Instagram now. You're being weird.
I didn't mean to be weird. It just caught us all by surprise.
Did it?
It kind of did.
I think it only caught you by surprise.
Because I know you. That's why it caught me by surprise.
What does that mean?
Follow Lizette on Instagram at LIZETTELOVEE. You follow me at Strawberry Radio and check out all our podcasts anywhere you stream your podcast, plus our YouTube channel. Talk to you before Christmas. Peace.
Bye.